Ты же мой сыночек.
Ну и что?
Я же не могу тебя оставить для компьютера на съедение. Компьютерный монстр придет тебя и съест. И не
Мам,
будет ни
подожди. Мам,
полчаса, ни часа.
я хотела кое-что тут сделать.
Выключай, ты можешь это время поиграть в...
Я не хочу в виртуальный город.
Саша, я выключаю или ты выключаешь?
Мам, подожди.
Все, давай, я считаю до 3 и выключаю. 1.
Нет.
Саша, 2. У тебя есть шанс поиграть в игру вот оставшееся время. Время идет. Можешь не играть.
You know what's funny? When I was thinking of a topic to make a video about, I was coming up with nothing the whole week. Piping hot set of snake eyes. I was thinking, do I talk about Gaijin's Oopsie? Which one? There were like 3 last week. Then, when I booted up the War Thunder client this evening, the funniest thing just happened. That funniest thing? Easy Anti-Cheat caused my PC to crash because it failed its kernel security check. So it got me thinking, as my PC rebooted, does EAC even do anything significant for War Thunder that we allow it kernel level operations? It's gonna go right out and say it. I just don't see what EAC does for us. So let's talk about Easy Anti-Cheat and why it's not very effective in countering cheating. So Easy Anti-Cheat is just one of many anti-cheat software available on the market. They are installed with the games that they are used in. For example, aside from Easy Anti-Cheat, Rainbow Six Siege has BattleEye, Battlefield has Punk Buster, Valorant has Riot Vanguard, and Genshin Impact has what they call the MHY Prot 2. They all serve to do the same thing. They oversee the operation of the game and how there should be no tampering with the game through the most common cheating methods like injectors and altered game files. And in War Thunder's case, Easy Anti-Cheat's most common function is checking the game files for any alterations. This is why we see a lot of posts sharing their EAC false positives, because sometimes the integrity of the game files can be construed as an alteration of the game files. So what does it mean to you, the player, if EAC has kernel level operations? Well, aside from the obvious issue of blue screening when it fails its kernel mode operations, there's a lot of ways a third-party software with kernel access can mess with your computer. For example, Genshin Impact's anti-cheat software was exploited by hackers last year in order to give itself kernel-level access and inject ransomware into people's computers. They were also able to run ransomware on devices without Genshin Impact ever being installed because the anti-cheats driver was separate from the game. That's a risk we allow when we bring kernel-level anti-cheats. Hell, even Riot Vanguard had to roll back some of its kernel-level features because people threw up a stink when Valorant started becoming popular. The bottom line is that there's always a risk even with anti-cheats, and that's just a few of the risks we're allowing in order to curb cheating in our games. But let's go back to the question, has EAC curbed cheating in War Thunder? Let's do a brief background on EAC and War Thunder before we talk about cheating in the game. Easy Anti-Cheat was added to the game in the... wait a minute. The same update that the Chinese tech tree was introduced into the game. That's just a coincidence, right? China gets added to War Thunder along with War Thunder's anti-cheat software. No comment. EAC is required if one wants to play game modes like realistic battles and simulator battles. Without Easy Anti-Cheat, people can only play arcade battles, which is weird. By removing the EAC requirement for arcade, does Gaijin mean that A, arcade players aren't worth as much as realistic players because they're willing to tolerate cheating in arcade? Or B, arcade battles use built-in cheats to facilitate their gameplay? I personally don't know why arcade is exempt from EAC, but who knows, right? So what do I mean when I say I don't see how EAC has curbed cheating in War Thunder? Well, you've seen recently that they resumed posting in-game names of players that have been banned for using cheats. When you look at it, that's still a lot of cheaters. For January, the forum post claims that 261 accounts have been banned for cheating, and March had 158 accounts banned. That's a total of 419 cheating accounts in 2 months. And that amount of cheaters, which of course is spread across many instances, is not looking good for easy anti-cheat. Because of the nature of realistic games gameplay, it's not easy to detect cheaters, and if they have the single brain cell necessary to remind them to be subtle about their cheating. Of course, there are those that are simply brain dead and just cheat blatantly. Some of those, but not all, might have already been banned. The tireless work of content creators like WTCS or War Thunder Cheat Shaming, linked below to sub to this channel, has made it even easier to know when someone is cheating or not. Of course, there are also accusations of cheating when there aren't, as evidenced by the time a console player was accused of cheating because they were using the built-in aim assist in consoles. That's what I would call legal cheats. They do provide an advantage over other players, but the game allows it for the sake of balance. As I recall, the aim assist in consoles have been scaled down in efficiency. Technically, a lot of gameplay features can be considered legal cheats, or most can be considered legal cheating at very low BR, such as in the case of Murder 1A3. But that isn't our point for today. The point is that I don't think cheating can ever be curbed in War Thunder given the nature of the game. There are simply too many exploitable features working in the game that are critical to the gameplay of War Thunder. In the end, we can only really just report those we believe are cheating and rely on easy anti-cheat to prevent the more basic cheating programs and the like. Like in Siege, CSGO, Valorant, and Call of Duty, there's always a market for cheats, which is always fulfilled, and War Thunder is no different. Considering the popularity of War Thunder, it's not inevitable that there will be a cheat market for it, and our devs simply cannot find them. Sometimes they're really well hidden within cheat forums. And then, so in the end, all we can do is just report players to cheat in order to to at least reduce the number of players, because they can only pay for the CV9105 and grind over and over again for a billion times. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and Godspeed.